think
paid
about
her a big bag.
what do you think about the VP pick?
I got to do a little more research on him. I saw that he was against Donald Trump, but I mean, now if he's for everything he's going for, and Donald Trump's bringing people.
He called Donald Trump Hitler. He said that he would never vote for Donald Trump. He's like, man, I'll vote for my dog I'll write in my dog's name before I vote for Donald Trump. He is the worst president. He could be the worst. Everything negative you could say about Donald Trump, and then 10 times worse. He said all that.
Well, they're probably going to do something. Look, a lot of people think Lindsey Graham said the same thing. He's like, we vote for Trump, we're going to get what we deserve, right? But then after a while, you got to bow down. When you look at it like this, it's like, look, I mean, and I hate to say it, but, these people are white nationalists. They want to bring the country back to the 40s and the 30s when it was fun for them because they could beat their women. They could rape the women. They could beat the minorities and do whatever they want to do. They could rule over everybody. They want to go back. And now everyone needs to learn that you either get on board with us, you either ride with us, or you collide with us.
I'm like this, man. I think that dude is an outsider. He wrote a book called like Hillbilly Eulogy or something like that. And the book sold like 3 million copies. He's not a politician per se.
Well, I think this all goes back to the assassination too. This is my personal theory, but I'm thinking, there was such a lapse in security like that. Everything was perfect that day. I think the RNC tried to I'm assuming the RNC tried to take out Donald Trump. They know they can't control him. They couldn't control him before. He just fired everybody. He'd have gotten his way. So I think they know he's a loose wire. So maybe if they could try to take him out, maybe they'll put something in his McDonald's or something like that. But they want to make sure they got their person that's there. And hopefully change. How you going to especially like Donald Trump, how you going to let someone just flip-flop on you? Like, bro, you was talking mad shit about me.
Yeah, and this has been going on for a minute. They've been planning this out for a minute with this guy, I believe. He had like he had a major backer that put like $10 million into his Senate campaign that he ran. Because he had just became a senator, I think in, I want to say 23, like just a year ago. This dude doesn't have really any true political background. He comes from out of nowhere.
That's what they like.
And then because he doesn't have anything to run on. There's nothing to kind of push against him on. But his whole ideology was way different. There's clips of it that we'll have to get into later, but that you could see where this person's ideology came from. And then all of a sudden he gets a billionaire backer who puts in $10 million behind his campaign, and he totally does an about face and starts praising Trump, and he's all about Trump and trying to run with Trump. His wife is a Indian American, like from India. I don't know if she's from India, but I know she's of that descent. Let me say that much. And she's like, I think she's a lawyer or something like that, or some prestigious law firm. I think they saying something. She just quit her job basically once he got got the nomination. But this is he's pretty much MAGA all the way. What I was just saying to you earlier too is like, if I'm Trump, I'm starting my own party. I'm gonna stay a Republican. Pretty much, we could stay like it's kind of like an independent is to Democrats. Pretty much.
Yeah, she Indian.
Yeah. I think.
She pretty though.
But basically, if I would start my own MAGA party, and I would make this dude like, basically, if you want to be a part of the MAGA party, when you look at how they interact, like first you could see Trump trying to almost give the guy a hug, and the guy just kind of shook his hand and went along with it. But I'm not sure if this person really is genuinely bought into Trump.
No, like I'm saying, it don't make no sense. You don't do a 180 like that. Something like, especially with who your wife is and your family is, because your kids are going to get harassed in the streets. They can't be like, oh, I'm JD Vance's kids. They be like, we don't care. Your wife is going to get harassed in the streets.
At the end of the day, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like they're going to give those kids, those people passes all the way. I mean, it's like what they say to Vivek Ramaswamy?
Bro, someone put a picture up of Vivek, and they said Donald Trump put him in his cabinet to run all the 7-Elevens in America.
I believe you. I believe they said that. You know what I'm saying? But you got to remember, like, okay, what was Laura? What was that? I forget her. I forget this lady's name. I cannot remember her name for anything right now. But she basically came on Vivek Ramaswamy's like podcast thing and told him, I really liked you. I liked you better than the rest of them, but I would never vote for you.
Oh, the blonde lady. I can't remember her name either. Her name's not Laura.
Ann Coulter.
Ann Coulter. There we go. Yeah.
Ann Coulter.
Man, Ann Coulter was cool until Trump shit on her. He was like, he dissed her and she had to go away.
Ann Coulter, I mean, to be honest with you, if you are a part of she's like, to me, the other side's version.
Honest. I like Ann Coulter, not as a person, but I like her honesty.
Yeah, you know, I mean, she reminds me like the other sides. She's pretty much like Nancy Pelosi for the other side. Like, she's going to get some done. She's going to get shit done.
She told Vivek, she was like, look, I like your policies, like everything you talk about. I'd vote for you if you weren't Indian.
Yeah, she said it. She said she's white, Anglo-Saxon, Christian. She's she's with all white nationalism. That's what they're going with. They're like purity of the party all the way through. And he doesn't fit into that. He's admitted to it, but you should see him. He's still trying to hold the party line. He'll probably get a seat somewhere in the cabinet somewhere, because I believe that he might be a person like JD Vance would say, hey, you can be my presidential nominee.
Yeah.
You know, I could see him probably running again in 28, maybe.
Who, Vivek? Nah, he done after this cycle.
Think so?
Oh yeah, totally. He done.
Unless they give him some seat somewhere.
Look, the Republicans just use these minorities to like get minority votes. So if they get votes in the like Indian American community doesn't vote for him, they're gonna get rid of him. They do it all the time. Look at Candace Owens. Where's she at? They got rid of her. She wasn't pulling no more black votes.
You don't see her at this year's RNC. At least I didn't see it. You know
of course. Why would she be there? She's not invited. Omarosa, she ain't invited. If they're not getting the numbers that they
would rather have Amber Rose.
Amber Rose won't.
They'd rather have Amber Rose speak than
the Democrats got Cardi B.
Owen. That says a lot.
They saw the Cardi B effect, which is weird. Like, why would you get Cardi B?
When they never got her to. I don't think she spoke at the.
No, they had Bernie Sanders had to sit down with her one time.
It's different.
Yeah, that's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You go get the worst of
it's not going to the RNC. It's not going to the DNC, the national convention, and
that's
speaking
weird. Why would you
like
have
you
Amber
speaking
Rose
for black people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's the only person he can get. Think about this, man. The only person I can get
is Amber Rose.
That's it.
But like, is she black? No,
and that's telling you
she has enough in her.
But what that's telling us is like this whole entire thing that they're telling us. I mean, I do believe there'll be a lot more black people probably voting that way, possibly. But this is telling us people aren't really fucking with him. Not like that. Because if they were, he'd easily be able to pick somebody out the sky. You're not going to pick Amber Rose, man. You know her reputation. Her reputation is nothing about politics.
That's why he picked her.
At all.
He knows her reputation. That's why he picked her.
I don't think
he'd be like, girl, let me sit behind you.
I mean, she's not even proud. I think he likes him a little younger than that.
I'm just saying though. I mean, like, how you been so many rappers and ain't no one wifed you? You guys have bad box.
I mean, or just, probably just a problem in a lot of other ways. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I really.
I don't think nobody's gonna watch that and get on the slut walk like, oh, MAGA. Because
no, I feel you, but